class, today we're talking about Notes 5-6, variables on both sides, and I'm in Notes page 16 in your binder. So, let's read this following question. Hannah needs to solve the following problem. 4a minus 6 equals negative 2a plus 18. How is this problem different from any other equation you have solved before? And what would be the first step to solve this problem? Can we combine like terms? Well, the answer to this question is, when an equation has a variable on each side of the equation, you must use the inverse operation to move the variable to the right. So once there is one variable and one constant, you can begin to solve the equation. And I'm not sure why it says to the right. We are going to say we want to move the variable over to the left. So if you need to fix that. So we're always going to take our letter to the left because what does the word letter start with? L. So we're going to move it to the left. So I'm going to rewrite this problem over here so I have a little bit more space. 4a minus 6 is equal to negative 2a plus 18. Alright, now, not all the time are all the letters always going to be on one side like we've solved equations so far. Sometimes they're going to be on either side. So anytime we're solving equations, that's why we draw the line down the middle to separate the two sides. Now I can move items from the first side over to the second side or the second side over to the first side, whichever you want to do. But I'm always going to say take your letters and move them to the left. Okay? So this step is always going to follow after any combining like terms that you need to do. So we had distribute, and then we have combine, and then we're going to do our VBS, which is variables on both sides. Okay, so then you're going to move your letters to the left. So if I look at this, I don't have all my letters on the left. I have this negative 2a here. Now I'm going to move this whole term, and the opposite of negative 2a is going to be positive 2a. When I do that, it cancels here, but I need to match it up with the a's, so I have 2a. So when I combine these here, I have 4a's plus 2a's gives me 6a. Then I still have minus 6 is equal to positive 18. Now I can solve it just like a regular equation. So I'm going to add 6 to both sides. I'm left with 6a is equal to 24. I'm going to divide by 6 on both sides. And I'm left with a is equal to 4. Alright? Let's look at number 1 together. It's an equation, so I'm going to draw my line down the middle. I need to get my letters to the left. I have this positive 3a. The way I'm going to move that whole term is I need to subtract 3a from both sides. So I move my whole term. So when you're doing this, there's never going to be any multiplying or dividing, usually, for what we're doing. We're only going to be adding or subtracting. 7a minus 3a gives me 4a on this side is equal to positive 20. That's all that's left over here. Now I don't need to get rid of a constant because there is no constant on this side, so all I need to do is divide by 4 to get a by itself, and I'm left with a is equal to 5 for this problem. Why don't you try number 2 by yourself? Draw your line down the middle and get your letter to the left. So pause the video here when you're ready, unpause the video, and we'll check it together. Alright, let's go over number 2. So we need to get our letters to the left, so I'm going to move this whole 3y, so I'm going to have to subtract 3y from both sides. So I have negative 5y minus 3y gives me negative 8y equals, and then I have negative 4 left. Divide by negative 8 to get it away from the y. Now in this case I am going to be left with a fraction because negative 4 divided by negative 8 does not give us a whole number, so we need to see if we can simplify this. And when I do simplify, I can divide by 4, numerator and denominator, and I have a negative divided by a negative, so it's going to be a positive, and I'm left with 1/2. So in this case, y equals 1/2. Why don't you try number 3 by yourself? When you're ready, unpause the video and we'll check it together. So pause the video now. Alright, let's do number 3 together. So I draw the line down the middle. I need to move my letters to the left. So I need to move this whole 6m. I need to do the inverse to get it over the line. So I'm going to do minus 6m, minus 6m. 5m minus 6m gives me negative 1m minus 18 equals 4. In this case, I have a constant I need to get rid of to solve, so I'm going to add 18 to both sides. And then I still have negative 1m is equal to 4 plus 18 gives me 22. Going to divide by negative 1 to get that negative away from the m. And I'm left with m equals negative 22 for my final answer. Okay, so go ahead, you finish the rest of this page, so 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And when you're ready, unpause the video and you can check your answers to make sure that they were right. Okay, so your answer for number 4 should be x equals negative 3. Your answer for number 5 should be m equals 5. Your answer for number 6 should be w equals negative 1. Your answer for number 7 should be b equals 0. And your answer for number 8 should be u equals negative 3. Okay? So now you can try the next page on your own.